Good morning, everybody. J.R. Fisher here. Good to see you. Get all situated here. We got a nice session today. It's going to be on how to be an online entrepreneur. I think there's a person out there that wants to do this. And if you want to do this, it can be done, but I want to give you some steps. I'm going to give you some things that I've learned over the past, 12 going on 13 years doing this. Been doing this for a while, been making a living online for a while. And there's certain things I picked up and I want to share them with you in this training today. Now, keep in mind, you can be part of the conversation. Matter of fact, I want you to be part of the conversation. All you have to do is type in that chat box there and ask me anything you want. Introduce yourself. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what's going on, whatever it is, but use that chat box there. I've got an iPad right here, so I'm going to see your comments from YouTube, and then the ones from Facebook I'll get up here. And hey, even if you're not watching this live, all you have to do is use that comment section below the video on YouTube. Yes, on YouTube. And that way I can come back and I can answer any questions you have or help you out or do whatever I need to do. Now, help me out if you don't mind. Hit that subscription button. Subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I know all over YouTube, everybody's numbers are down. Everybody's numbers are down. I watched one video and I know one YouTuber who his income is down $1 million for the year. $1 million. That's a lot of money. Now I'm nowhere near that, so I don't have to worry about losing that much, but mine's down too. So I want to get all the subscribers I can. If you give me a like, I would really appreciate that. Hit that like button there. All you got to do is click it. Not hard for you to do. Just click it. Do it now. Just click that like button there. And don't forget to ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live or if I upload a video. And that is the only way you're going to know if I've put a new video up. That's the only way you're going to know if I'm going live. You need to really turn on those notifications. Makes it so much easier for you, saves you so much time. You don't have to come back to the channel to see if I've done anything. You'll know. So you don't even have to come to the channel. The channel will tell you. So it makes it that easy. So let's get into this entrepreneur stuff. And like I said, guys, throughout all of this training today, I want you to ask questions. I want you to, if nothing else, introduce yourself. Tell me what your weather is. We had some funky weather in the US here the past couple of days. So an entrepreneur, I think that's a funny thing anyhow, right? What is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is really, I'm going to say you have to put some success into it. If you call yourself an entrepreneur and you live at home with your parents and you're not paying your own bills, you're not an entrepreneur. I'm sorry, but you're just not, okay? But advances in technology has really made online entrepreneurship a whole lot easier. It's a whole lot easier now than it was, 12, 13 years ago when I started in 2009. There wasn't a whole lot there for us to grasp onto. Now there is. So if you're interested in starting an online company, you can really benefit from learning all these required steps I'm going to give you today and using some of this technology that's out there because it really will help you out. So what is an online entrepreneur? Okay, so an online entrepreneur really is a business owner that does everything online. Okay, they do it on the internet. Now the advantage to this, there's so many advantages, but you can do it from anywhere in the world. Like other entrepreneurs who take financial and personal risks with their company, but they do it online instead. Okay. They use a variety of business models to, provide services or products or whatever it is you do. And some examples, I'll give you some examples, maybe a blogger. Some people will actually start a blog and they write about a particular subject. And in doing so, maybe they have affiliate links in their blog where people can click and they can earn money. Maybe there's ads on the side of the blog. Maybe they're selling some courses. Maybe they're selling some type of training, but a blogger is an example. Somebody who is a content creator, maybe you create some of that content for other people. Maybe you write some of these things, you do some of these articles. That would certainly be considered entrepreneur. You're generating this content. Maybe you're making videos. Maybe you're doing graphics and building websites. All those things would fall under this umbrella of an online entrepreneur. Maybe you own an e-commerce site. I do the content part. This is content right now. Okay. What I'm doing right now is content. But I also own an e-commerce site called Survivalcave Foods, Survivalcave, C-A-V-E food. And that's been around for over a decade now. We sell survival food. So that's out there. Maybe you want to be an online consultant. I've also done that. where you want to consult with other people and you've got some knowledge, you want to share it with them. Maybe you're good at sales, maybe you're good at marketing, it could be any number of things, engineering, whatever it is, you do consulting for other people and you do it online. So that's another way you could do it. So those are some examples, but they're not exhaustive of what, an online entrepreneur does. So let me talk about the things you need to do. And I think this is things where people really get tripped up because they go, well, gee, I want to make money online. I'm going to hire people to do everything for me. You can't do it. It's not going to work for you. I'm telling you, I've never seen anybody become really successful online by hiring everybody else to do everything for them. You actually have to roll up your sleeves, right? I don't have to do that today, right? And you have to learn this stuff. Some of the stuff you may be doing, you may be providing services to clients. Like I said, consulting or counseling or education. Maybe you're doing that. Maybe you're writing and responding to emails. Okay. I couldn't even send an email when I started. I was terrible, right? But maybe that's something you want to do. Maybe you're shipping out products to customers. I've done that. I've had a bunch of products in my garage, literally, with racks going up and down in my garage where I would package stuff up on a daily basis and ship it out. Maybe you're doing websites, like I said earlier. Maybe you're updating websites for other people, or maybe putting content on people's websites. Possibly you're writing articles or blogs, like I said just a minute ago. You could be doing something like that for yourself or for somebody else. Maybe you're just communicating with current and potential clients. Maybe you're working on your own as maybe a salesperson for other companies, and you're selling their products or helping them sell their products. You could be contacting vendors. You could be doing graphic design. You could be contacting wholesalers, copywriters. You could be doing product photography. I'm having some of that done right now. And the person is outside of Chicago, somewhere in Illinois. And she lives way out in the boonies, but she does some great photography. So she's working on that stuff for me. There are so many things you can do. And I hate when somebody says, well, I tried to make some money online, but it didn't work. No, you did something wrong. It does work. All of these things I'm going to tell you today work. And I'm going to give you a list on how to become an online entrepreneur in 1 second. But I want to tell you, and I got to get it through your head, if it hasn't worked yet, you've done everything wrong. Not maybe everything, but you've done something wrong. So I want you to stick with it. I want you to keep trying because, it does work. And if it's not working for you, then you're doing something wrong. Something's not working out for you. It's not that making money online doesn't work, because obviously people are making money online every single day. They've made, billions of dollars online. So how do you become one? So I want to give you the steps, the actual steps of what you're going to have to do. These steps are the ones that you can take to become successful online. So you want to listen up. You want to take some notes. Number one, identify a niche. Okay. New businesses typically start by identifying some type of problem that people are having, and then some way of addressing that problem and fixing it for people. Let me get a sip here real quick. So if you don't have a niche, you say, well, I just want to do everything. It's not going to work out. You got to have a niche. If you're thinking about starting an online business, consider what areas align with the kind of knowledge that you maybe already have. A skill set, an interest, a hobby, whatever it is. Finding a business niche that uses your strengths can help you stay motivated and leverage your prior training and experience. That's not to say that you can't learn something else and do something else. I'm just saying, if you've already got some skills, why not use it? Like, my skills were sales. I was in sales my whole life. So I use those skills to sell products online. You can do the same thing. The next thing, number two, is do your research. Okay. Online entrepreneurs got to spend a lot of time in their industry, and they got to look at all the tools in their industry. It could be studying things like e-commerce software. What kind of e-commerce software you're going to use? I use WordPress. I use Shopify. I use, I can't think of it now, Magento, which is what my site's built on. You're going to have to do research on digital advertising. Figure out who your competitors are and look at what type of advertising they're doing. What is it that's working for them? Maybe you need to check out the social media platforms. You need to see how people are using social media in similar businesses. What are they doing? What are they posting? What are they offering? You're also going to have to learn about website development and management. You're going to have to do these things, guys. These are just things you got to do. Now, you could also benefit by speaking to other entrepreneurs about their favorite products, preferred platforms, successes, challenges. You could join Facebook groups that people exchange ideas on it. I think that's a great way to do it. And I did that for a long time, where I was in groups all the time, trying to learn different stuff and trying to help other people out. Don't just be taking. If you've got some knowledge about something that you've picked up along the way, you probably want to share it with other people. So do that too. The next one is super important, probably one of the most important ones on the list. And these I'm giving you are not in order of importance, but this one probably should be at the top of the list. And that is take courses. Take courses. Now, I'm going to give a big caveat to this. Be very, very careful about who you take a course from. There's a lot of colleges and universities who offer courses about entrepreneurship, but I don't think they're very good. I just don't. I think you're probably going to learn a whole lot more and a whole lot better and get going faster if you find somebody online who has accomplished what you want to do, is still doing what you want to do, and has a course on it. Okay. So that's what I do. I have courses on that. You can look in my description of this video or any of my videos, and you're going to find different courses I have. Take some of those courses. And I'm not saying just take my course, take anybody's course, but make sure that whoever's selling you that course is directly doing this stuff every single day. Make sure that person is still profitable doing the things they're teaching you. If you see somebody who has a course who hasn't done, let's say it's a course on e-commerce, and they haven't sold any products online in 5 years, but they're selling their course, it's no good. It's no good at this point, because they're not doing what is probably current and what's working. So when I say take courses, make sure you know who you're taking your course from. Okay. Make sure it's somebody you trust and know is really doing a good job online. But you got to take courses, guys. You've got to invest in this. I mean, you wouldn't go off and be a doctor without taking a course on how to be a doctor, right? You wouldn't go off and be an engineer without taking a course on how to be an engineer. Bottom line is, you've got to get the information. It's not a matter of just bumping around online and stumbling around, which unfortunately I did in the beginning, because there weren't that many good courses. But as soon as I found some that worked, I bought them. I bought a lot of courses. I've been to a lot of masterminds. I've been a lot of different trainings I've purchased, because it's really helped me out, and it's gotten me to where I want to be. It is still not all the way to where I want to be, right? I always want to add more to it. But bottom line is, taking these courses is so very important to your success. And like I said, I have some in the description. When this video is over with, or in any of my videos, you'll find them in the description. Next one. A lot of you aren't going to want to do this because it's boring. I know it's boring, but create a business plan. Okay. A lot of entrepreneurs skip this step. Okay. They don't create any kind of business plan. They're afraid to do it. They don't know how to do it. I mean, you can Google create business plan, and you can find a lot of ways of doing it. Okay. Like some of you may want investors. I'm not big on investors, but you can, look at other business owners and what they've done. Maybe you're going to involve friends and family. I wouldn't do it, but I'm saying some of you will do it. Maybe you even want to talk to a financial advisor before you get things going. A sound business plan really presents your research, strategies, objectives, in an organized, professional way. And some of you may be saying, well, I don't need a business plan because I'm not going to get any investors. I don't need money from other people. I'm going to do it on my own. So I don't need a business plan. A business plan just gives you something to follow for you. Okay. It's not for other people. And I know people use it for investors and all that, but it's not just for other people. It's for you to keep you on track. I would write a little summary of your skills. Put in there, your executive summary. I've done this, and this. And maybe looking at that, you'll figure out some ways that you can market some of these skills online. I would write out a company description. What's your company going to do? What's it going to be all about? What problem is it going to solve? Don't say, well, I'm just going to have a site that I'm going to sell products on. Because if you just have a site that sells a bunch of random products, nobody's going to come to that site. They're not going to do it. It's not going to work that way. You want to also do market analysis. How much money can be made in that area? How many people are working in your niche? What kind of products do they have? What are their pricing? You got to do all this research. I do this stuff every day. I'll see a new product out there and I'm like, wonder who this is, what they're doing. Are they being successful? Maybe I need to look at it. You want to look at your organizational structure. Now, your organizational structure may be like mine in the beginning, where it was just me. Okay. But it's not like that anymore. I've got people in different countries all around the world working for us. We have warehouses, shipping stuff out. We have manufacturing. We have internal office stuff. So we have a lot of things that are going on. So you need to write out that organizational structure. Maybe yours is just you, but you're going to hire a freelancer to help you schedule things, or a freelancer to help you work on your website or whatever. Maybe you're going to use Fiverr or freelancer.com, or any number of these. Elance, is that the one? I don't know if they call it now. What do we call Elance now? It's skipping my mind. But anyhow, there's so many of these sites out there that you can use. You got to use them. And that's going to be your organizational structure. They don't have to work for you full time. I would also say write out what your description of your services and your product's going to be. Should be a good description, because you may come across somebody that's going to help you out or talk to you about your business, but you got to be organized. You got to be able to talk to them about what you're doing. And then I want you to think about your marketing plan. Your marketing plan could be simple in the beginning, could be just posting stuff on social media, but at some point you're going to want to run ads. You're going to want to post stuff on social media. You got to have that set up. Next thing, your sales strategy. Now, your sales strategy, you're going to get into a lot of areas. I mean, a lot of areas, because sales are sales pages. Sales are, posts that you put out there. Sales are emails that you send out. So when I say sales strategy, it encompasses a whole lot of things. Maybe you're going to make videos. Maybe the videos is the best way for you to go. But you've got to get all these things organized. And then if you, want to figure out how to get some money, you can look at your credit cards. You could look at loans, whatever, to fund it. I don't like, borrowing money on a business. I don't like doing that. But sometimes you have to do that, and I get it. And then sit down and look at your financial projections. How many sales do you want to make? And this is going to help you figure out how many people you need to talk to, how many leads you need to get in, how many people you need to get to your website. You got to figure out what each one is worth, so that when you do run an ad and you say, well, if I get a customer, it's worth $100 to me, and it costs me $40 to get a customer, I'm profitable. Okay. But you got to know that stuff. You got to do some financial planning. And I've got other videos on this channel that can help you out with some of that. I don't want to get into real detail on that. We're just talking about making you an entrepreneur today. And the next thing I'm going to tell you to do, which a lot of you don't want to do, this is a lot of the stuff that you don't want to do. And I get it. I get that you don't want to do some of the stuff, but you got to do it. The next thing I would say is to network, talk to other people, get on some calls with other people, figure out what they're doing, figure out what's working for them. What could work for you. Get to know people who maybe will help you, or maybe you can help them. Don't always go out and go, I want to find a bunch of people that can help me. I need people that can help me. What about you helping other people? You've got to have some skills that could help other people. Connecting with these professionals in your industry throughout this digital marketplace really can inform key people about your business, and maybe you'll get some business out of it. Don't go in it for that purpose. Go in it to help other people out. I always say, when I go to an event or, a meeting or whatever, people say, why are you here? I said, to help as many people as I can. And yet I've gotten a lot of business out of those events. You can also meet people who can become strategic partners or vendors for your company. And how can you network? All right, let's talk about how you can network. You could tell your friends and family about your endeavor. I did that, and I got the reaction I expected. They laughed at me. I said I was going to start an online business. They're like, how can you start an online business? You can't type. You can't even type. And I'm sure typing has something to do with an online business. It absolutely does. And I still can't type, but it seems to have worked out. So let your friends and family know what you're doing. You can join professional organization, recreational organizations. And, the more people that know you and know what you do, the better your chances of selling whatever you're trying to sell. You can engage with other brands or individuals on social media, that's similar to what you're doing. You can attend professional events, conferences, workshops, masterminds. I just got back from a mastermind in Vegas. Great event, really enjoyed it. And that's what I did. You can do the same thing. And then the next thing you can do after you network, what is this? Oh my God, you got to spend some money. You could advertise your business. Okay. You could advertise. Once you're ready to launch your business, create an advertising plan to inform potential customers and clients about your company. And a lot of you say, well, I don't have money for advertising. I don't have money for advertising. You could spend as little as $50 or $100 a month, but just spending something gets you out there, lets people know about you. You could have the best product in the world, and they will not beat a path to your door, because if they don't know about you, how can they? It's not possible, right? I remember when I first did a web page, it was so funny. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna do a website. And I worked on this website, and I hired somebody to help me with it. And I got the website up, and then I sat down, and I looked at the website, and I waited for sales. and absolutely nothing happened. Nothing happened. And I was scratching my head. I'm like, I've got a website, but then I started searching for products that are on my website, and my website never came up. So I had to learn how to do SEO, search engine optimization. Now we've got that kind of optimized now. I think it can always be improved, but it's out there now. But you know, the other thing you can do for your business when you're advertising or you're spending some money is you can do digital ads. You can do social media ads, email campaigns. Oh my gosh, email campaigns are great. That's where we make most of our money is off emails, sending out emails to people. But to send an email, I got to have an email address. So I'm going to have to advertise or put something out there where people are going to opt in and actually give me their email. If I don't have their email, I can't do email marketing. To make the most of your marketing budget, you want to make sure that you target your ads to your defined market. Don't just put it out there and say anybody who sees it. You don't want to do that. Like if you had like an online, I don't know, shop set up or something like that that sold t-shirts that had to do with golfing. Okay. You would want to do that at the right time of year because people don't normally golf year round. You would want to target the people who are known to be golfers. Okay. So maybe it's men between the ages of 40 and 70. You got to figure that stuff out and you want to target these people and you want to have your ads on the sites that they're going to see it. Other skills that you're going to need is digital marketing skills. You may say, well, JR, I'm not good at that. I don't know anything about that. I didn't grow up with technology. Yes, you did. Everybody grew up with technology. If you're alive today, unless you're like a year old, then maybe you didn't. But, you know, just because technology wasn't around when you were a kid doesn't mean it wasn't around when you were an adult. So you are around technology. You may choose not to use it. You may choose not to learn it, but you're certainly here in the midst of it. So that's super important. I want to make sure I don't go over time here, guys. Let me just check my time real quick. Make sure we're not going over time. No, we're very good. We're good. Okay. So you can do that. It's important to understand that you can use digital marketing skills to increase your brand awareness. You can generate leads with it. It's a cost-effective way to go about stuff. You can identify differentiating factors of your business compared to your competitors, and you can focus those elements on your marketing efforts. Consistency is really important in advertising, though. When launching an online business, you should frequently engage with your social media followers. Like right now, I'm doing this training here. If you put a comment in there, you say something in there, I'm going to respond to you. I'm probably going to put your comment up on the screen. If, however, you put a comment on there and you're not watching this live and this shows up later on, well, that's cool too, because I can, go in there later on and I can answer those comments. So I can do that too, but you got to do that. When somebody puts a comment, buddy, you've got to answer it. You've got to appreciate that somebody even wants to talk to you. So make sure you're doing that. Super important that you do that. Let me pull up my other thing. Now, what are some other digital marketing skills that you're going to need? You're going to need to learn how to work on websites and blogs and digital video channels and emails. Guys, look at this as a huge opportunity. Don't look at it as, I don't know this stuff. I'm not going to be good at this stuff. Yes, you will. You'll be very good at it. You just got to start learning it and start getting involved. I mean, everything you know at this point in your life is something you learned, right? You didn't come out of the womb knowing all this stuff. Next thing I would say is look at search engine optimization strategies, things that would make your content appear higher in search engines. SEO really can increase the number of visitors to your website, which can lead to increased brand awareness, more sales. Some components of SEO would include like using proper keywords in your content, regularly updating your content. When was the last time you did that? Creating optimized metadata and other back-end descriptions, analyzing user trends and adjusting strategies appropriately. All these things got to be done. Now, if you're listening to this and you're going, oh my God, that's a lot of work. Yeah, it sure is. But you're the one who wants to sit in a coffee shop and make a living. And if you want to sit in a coffee shop and make a living or travel to France or Europe or wherever you want to go, you got to learn this stuff. Okay. Otherwise, everybody would be doing it. You got to learn copywriting. You got to learn content creation because you may perform a lot of the stuff in your business. Like right now, I'm doing content creation. I didn't just, hope that somebody would find my content. I had to go out there and I had to spend time and I had to make videos and I've got to do lives. All this is important. My goal now is to help as many other entrepreneurs out there. That's my goal. Okay. Sure. I want to sell stuff. Don't get me wrong. However, My main goal is to help you on this channel. I don't sell you anything. I help you start, run, and grow online businesses. And the next part is a tough one. This is a really tough one, and it's time management. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You're an online entrepreneur, buddy. You've got to get things set up. You really do. Working on a tight budget with limited staff, which could be just yourself, means that online entrepreneurs must be able to manage their time well. Successful time management involves several things. First off, it involves organization. You got to find strategies that you're going to track your responsibilities, your important dates, your project status, all these things. Okay. You got to get organized. You got to prioritize, because there's going to be so many things that you could do, but you're going to have to determine what's most important. What is going to get you the fastest, payout? What's going to get you the most results? What are you going to work on today? You've got to determine which tasks are most important and the need for their immediate attention. Now, initially, you won't know. You're just going to have to select some and work on it and see what happens. But at some point, you're going to see that you get results in some areas and results in other areas, and you're going to have to figure out which ones to do. And then the last thing I would say when you're doing your time management is you're going to have to delegate. You're going to have to, I have a video editor, and he does that and posts my videos, does that. I have somebody who works on my Magento site. I have somebody who works on my WordPress site. I have people at the warehouse that do stuff for me. I have people at manufacturing that do stuff for me. And I've got to delegate. I can't do all this. I mean, at one point, I would sell a product, go out to my garage, put it in a box, put a label on it, and ship it out. I did everything. Okay. But a successful business owner hire people they can trust and delegate daily tasks, allowing them more time to focus on higher level organizational planning and building the actual business. Now, how much money are you going to make? You may be disappointed in some of this. Some of you may not. And these are just average numbers. Okay. According to Indeed salaries, entrepreneurs make an average, hang on, of $46,453 a year. Now, you may be saying to yourself, I make more than that now, or you may be saying you make less, whatever it is. I just want to show you a couple numbers here. They also average an additional $6,500 a year in profit sharing, while information specific to online entrepreneurs is unavailable. Okay, so keep that in mind. Online entrepreneurs, the information about them is unavailable. We've generated millions and millions in sales. I can tell you that. So don't be put off by the fact that an average entrepreneur, a plumber, a lawn care person, a painter, whatever, is averaging $46,000 a year. That's not what we average. The U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics reports that there are 9.6 million self-employed individuals in 2016. That was the last time I could find results on it. The BLS, which is once again the Bureau of Labor Statistics, estimates the number of self-employed professionals will increase to 10.3 million by 2026, which equates to a 7.9% growth rate. So it's going in that direction. And understand, I think this is a hard thing for people to wrap their brains around, but understand, let's see here. Tom Brooks. I'm not quite sure what that. Oh, tax breaks. I was too far away from it. I thought it said Tom Brooks. Yes, Bob's right about that. Thank you, Bob. There are some cool tax breaks. If I go, which I did, I just went to Rome and I studied, survival food over there, what they're doing and how they're preparing and all that. Tax write-off, tax break, okay? Portion of your, and I'm not giving you any tax advice. I will tell you that right off the bat, no tax advice. But I will tell you a portion of your home can be written off if you have a home office. When you drive your car, when you buy gas, when you, go out and entertain guests or whatever it may be, all these things can be write-offs and they're very beneficial. Okay, they're very beneficial. You can't write off everything, obviously, but you do get tax write-offs. And Bob's right about that. You can get that. Thank you for interjecting in there too. I do appreciate that. So there's all kinds of other benefits. There's freedom of time. I mean, I cannot put a price on freedom of time. I work when I want, where I want, how I want. I'm not going to tell you I work less now than when I work for somebody else, because that's not true. I normally work 7 days a week. Do I have to at this point? No, but I always have that fear of something going away. So I'm always going to want to work and be doing something and creating something every day. And that's another thing that is very dangerous when you work online. If you're online, You are right in the midst of all the social media news and all these things. And if you get sucked into that, you're going to find that you're consuming more than you're creating. That's very dangerous. You do not want to consume more than you create. You want to create more than you consume. So be very cautious about, how often you check your stocks, how often you check the news, how often you watch, videos on how to make soup, whatever it is that you like to do. You'll be exposed to it. So you've got to make sure that you're working hard, that you're creating stuff, that you're doing stuff, that you're not just screwing off. And you can say, oh my gosh, I was behind my computer today for 13 hours. Yeah, but how much of that 13 hours did you actually work? How much of that 13 hours did you actually do something? And then I'll also tell you, if you want to be an entrepreneur online, you got to take breaks too. You got to make sure that you take a break and walk around the block or go to the gym. I go to the gym 4 days a week, I guess, probably 4 to 5, depending on the week. This week will probably be 4. But I know that I've got to exercise because I'm sitting in this friggin' chair. And this chair is not good for you guys. You can't sit in a chair all the time and stay in shape. It's not going to work for you. So you've got to get some exercise in. So this is an overview of what an online entrepreneur is, okay? I've been doing this for over 12 years, going on 13 years now. And I will tell you, it's been one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. I also will tell you, it's been one of the hardest things I've done. It's been the most emotional things I've ever done because sales go up and down. And one day you have a ton of money and the next day you don't. And it's very emotional. And sometimes projects work out that you've worked on and you make a ton of money. And sometimes you work on a project for 2 months and you put it out there and nothing happens. It's crickets. So I will tell you, it's a very emotional type job, but I love the freedom. I think the one thing that's consistent about being an online entrepreneur is you have freedom. You have freedom to make your own decisions. We are trained in America, and I don't know about other countries, but probably the same way, to go through school and go get a job and make somebody else rich. That's what we're trained to do. We're not trained to go out and start any kind of business. We're not trained to create anything. We are trained to be an employee because that's what this country needs the most of is employees. And I shared with you that, entrepreneurs is going to be up to 10 million in the US by 2026. But here's the funny thing about that. That's still a very, very small portion of the population out of 330 million. That tells you that more than 90, what is that? 99, all right, let's calculate this. Let's calculate this real quick. And I want to show you how the government, the schools and everything has set you up to be a worker. Because you're set up to be a worker. So if you take 10 million, let me put that in there, and you divide that by, say, 330 million. I think that's about right now. Okay, that is 0.03%. So 97% of the people in America are employees, 97%. And you may say, well, what about like a doctor or a lawyer? They're an employee. I mean, they work for a big insurance group or a hospital, and most lawyers are going to work for a law group. They don't work on their own, very rare. So even those kind of positions that you consider higher level positions, they just got a job. They just got a job. That's it. Is that what you want? Do you want a job? If you want it and you like it, more power to you, but you wouldn't be watching this video if that's what you wanted. I know that you don't want to work for somebody else. I know you don't want to have somebody else tell you what time to come to work, what time you can go home, what time you can take a break, what time you can eat. I know you don't want that. If you have more questions, guys, put it in the chat section, put it in the comment section. Really enjoyed being with you today. You guys are awesome. And thank you so much for supporting this channel. Watch another video. Take a couple more minutes, watch another video on my channel. I tell people on the weekend, binge, go through 50 of my videos on the weekend, and you're going to come out on Monday morning going, hey, there's a lot of stuff I could do. Just binge, go through it. Bob says, good job. I appreciate it, Bob. Thank you very much, buddy. I think you're new to us. Thank you so much for coming on the channel. We have a lot of people on here now. I think we're right around 7,100 subscribers, over 7,000 subscribers. And these videos, guys, if you come to one of them and you don't see a lot of people on a live one, it's hard to come to a live event at 10 o'clock in the morning on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And that's when I do them, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 99% of the people that watch my videos watch them later on. And that's okay. That's fine with me. But those of you who show up, I really appreciate each and every one of you. There's a good little group out there today. Let's see here. Long time when you were, all right, let's see here. You got me interested now. Now I'm going to stay for a second. Long time when you were in San Diego. Where do I know you from, Bob? Tell me, buddy. Tell me where I know you from, and I'll hang out here for just a second because I want to know. Now I'm really interested. Was this maybe the training The meetup groups I used to do meetup groups in San Diego, and I would actually, do sales stuff and teach people how to build online businesses. I did a lot of recordings of that, and actually I turned that into an online course, and that was Ecom Road. Was that Ecom Road? No, Webcash Academy. That was Webcash Academy. Let's see here. Las Vegas, Bob Lord, Las Vegas. Man, send me a message, send me a direct message and tell me where I know you from, because I was just in Vegas and I go to Vegas a lot. So if I say Vegas, well, my God, I've been there probably 10 times in the past few years. So I really want to, I want to know who you are, buddy. I really do. Send me a message so I know. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down there, turn it from red to gray. It will turn gray when you click it properly. Don't forget to ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live or if I upload a video. Let's see here. Lived there for 45 years. Man, Bob, did you buy some survival food for me? Is that what I remember? I think maybe that's where I know you from. I think that's what it is. I think you're an author or a painter, artist, maybe. I'm trying to remember all this stuff now, but maybe that's the case. And you can put that in the comments. I'd love to know. I really would. So guys, thank you so much. I will be live again. What is today? Wednesday. I'll be live on Friday. Next week, I'm still kind of working through my schedule. My son's coming in. I hadn't seen him in quite some time. Him and his girlfriend's coming to stay with us. So look forward to that. So I don't know about next week, but I will let you know by the weekend. Sunday night, I'll try to send out an email if I'm going to be live on Monday. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Be kind to other people. You never know what they're going through, guys. You never know. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you guys on Friday at 10 a.m.